Hi everyone, Matty here from the Indians podcast. I am back from Pitchfork Fest. Just got home like less than 20 minutes ago, and yeah, the trip was extremely fun. It was really great being at Pitchfork and seeing all these artists, and then meeting people from the podcast and staying with them. It was seriously a lot of fun, and it was seriously like a really fun trip, and I loved it. I loved the whole thing for the most part. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some content out. I have a vlog. I have some footage. I need to edit together for a vlog. Um, Honestly, some of the footage I had some good footage the first day, but I ended up getting it's sort of lost because I was an idiot and decided to delete my browser on my phone because it's like I need space. But anyways, that's besides the point. What we're doing right now is a special "What's in My Bag" because, of course, at Pitchfork there's a record fair there, and there is a lot of vendors and a lot of vinyl to be sold, and I bought a lot of it. We filmed a group one, but I don't think it was that good, so I'm just doing one on my own because I feel like it's probably just better to do it that way. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So first up, I want to give a quick shout out to Don Giovanni Records. Picked up a couple stuff from them. You got, let's see, Screaming Females live at the Hideout. Of course, if you guys don't know, we interviewed Joe Steinhardt, who is the co-founder of Don Giovanni Records. We interviewed him a few months ago on the podcast. Great guy. Got to meet him. Super cool dude. We have a photo of me and Alex with them on the Twitter just to make Ethan jealous. Really nice guy. The label, I have not really gotten too into their stuff, but I do know Screaming Females, and I really like Screaming Females. And I also bought, I bought Rose Mountain also on CD. Gonna be spinning this in the car. I think it'd be a great car album. And of course, they also had a little free sampler they gave away too. That was pretty cool. So yeah, definitely go check out the stuff from Don Giovanni. I think they also have Downtown Boys signed to them. A couple of the good bands that I probably should check out. All right, next, I'm just gonna get the CDs out of the way, just get them done. So I stopped by the Jaguar secretly Canadian booth or whatever, which I think they also have Dead Oceans and some Asthmatic Kitty stuff. Anyways, I got Illinois, Sufjan Stevens on CD. Very excited to listen to this. This is my favorite Sufjan album, which, by the way, we'll probably do a Pitchfork recap podcast. We couldn't do it in real life. We just could not get the time together because just, again, after Sunday night, we were all pretty much just exhausted and we just wanted to kind of chill out for the night. And we couldn't film anything in the morning because, again, we were all so tired and we needed to clean the apartment and we all needed to leave at certain times. Anyways, we'll do a recap podcast at some point. I promise you guys. But Sufjan Stevens, I will say, this was the best concert I've ever been to. And this album, by the way, is completely incredible. It's about my home state, too, so it just makes it even better. And yeah, seriously, if you haven't listened to this album, what are you doing? It's a great album. Very long, but it's great. So yeah, Sufjan, I love you. So yeah, go listen to Illinois. So this is gonna be embarrassing. So on Sunday, I camped out at the Blue Stage for like 2 hours to go see. And actually, it was more like 3 hours because of delays and whatnot. So I saw a trio of Home, who are really good. I should probably check out their stuff. I actually really enjoyed the concert. Nao, which, by the way, Will has been he's been shouting out Nao for months now. I get it completely now after seeing her live. Like, holy shit, she was incredible. But most importantly, I was front row for FKA. Wait, no, I was front row for Empress of. Okay, I was front row, right and center. Well, I wasn't right and center. I was more towards the right. But anyways, I was like really close to the stage and singing Empress of, and it was absolutely incredible. The concert was great. I was like singing almost every song. I was pure joy and light just came into me. It was just like, yes. But anyways, this is What's My Bag. So now I own her album Me on every physical format. I had it on CD since like December. I also have it on tape. And I got it on vinyl too. Hold on. So I now own Me on every physical format. If you want to know how much I love this record and how much I've been championing Empress of, you know now. Check out this album. It was the best pop album of 2015. Some seriously incredible jams in here. The production is fantastic throughout. Empress of is seriously a fantastic vocalist and one of the best songwriters out right now. who was able to make these sort of, again, I guess, simple pop songs, but there's a lot of meaning behind them, and they're fucking great. And she's just such a compelling vocalist, and she's such a great live performer too. But which, by the way, she was doing everything by herself live at Pitchfork. It was all her. She just had like her little sampler synth set up and like a little drum, electronic drum kit, or like just one thing. It was all on her own. Okay. It just makes everything more impressive, and I love Empress of, and seriously, and I also she came out during Blood Orange, and I was like, my voice is completely shut from Pitchfork, so I can't really get into like a really high pitched voice, but this record is incredible. Seriously, every song on this album is a banger. It's a bop. Okay, there are no bad songs on this tape, and of course, it's only 10 tracks. So, I mean, it's kind of easy to say, but they're all so good. Okay, so go listen to this. I now have it on every physical format because I'm that obsessed and I love her so much. Marry me, but actually no, that's a little sexist, so don't. But I'd love to be friends. So next on what's next on there? There's something I also got at the Jaguar booth. By the way, I met Lucia Chris, aka Kyle, from Indie Heads. Very cool dude. He saved this for me because I bought it, and he was like, "Oh, let me just hold this for you." Big Black, songs about fucking. Which, by the way, great covers. Seriously, this is not the greatest packaging, but the cover is great, and also, songs about it. It's just such a direct, like, it's one of the greatest album titles of all time because it's so direct. It's like, look, we're telling you how it is. It's songs about fucking, okay? But yeah, great album. Need to listen to it more. I guess that's why I bought it on vinyl, so I can listen to it more. Does it come with an MP3 code? It does come with an MP3 code. So actually, because of all this stuff, I might be doing, we will probably be doing a couple giveaways, actually, like, for some of the stuff that we got, because we have so many MP3 codes for albums that we already have or whatever. So, yeah. Big Black, songs about fucking, great. Let's see. Next. So, this was my 2013 album of the year at the time. James Blake, Overgrown, which, by the way, Schubert Records, or was it, Sugar Records, they were out there. They had a great booth. I bought a bunch of stuff from them. They threw their little stickers in here. I'll probably put it on my laptop. But yeah, they were great. Great people there. But yeah, James Blake, Overgrown. This was my 2013 album at the time before I discovered Dean Blunt's Redeemer and was like, ah! But I'll talk about Dean Blunt a little later because I did pick up something from him. But yeah, this is a great record. I think it's a little underrated, I'd say. I think it's better than his self-titled, which is somewhat of a hot take, I'd say. But yeah, you have some fucking great songs in here. You have, again, every song in here is great. Okay, you have Overgrown. God, what a great intro. And I don't want to go through the track by track. I will say I think this album shows a really big strength in the improvement in James Blake's songwriting, I guess, where he really wanted to focus more on his singing. He really wanted to kind of get out of his shell and not just be the guy who makes like weird electronic music with like a little bit of singing and effects and whatnot. Like, he really wanted to come out of his shell with this record. He really wanted to improve his lyrics, and he wanted to improve his songwriting, or at least change up his songwriting, and it worked out greatly. I think this is a great record. If you haven't listened to it, what the heck are you doing? Go listen to it. It's fucking amazing. So yeah, Overgrown, James Blake. Also, Color Anything, still album of the year. Still album of the year. So yeah, next up, let's see what I got. All right. Loud City Song. Hold on, I'm going to take this out of the packaging because the packaging's kind of ripped. So, alright. There you go. Loud City Song, Julia Holter. This is a great album. I saw a little bit of Julia Holter at Pitchfork. Sadly, did not catch her full set. What was I doing? I think I was waiting for someone. I'll have to look at my schedule. I kind of forget. Okay, the weekends, some of it's a bit of a blur. But yeah, saw Julia Holter. She was great. Bought this like on Sunday. It's a very good album. Want to listen to it a bit more. I'm not entirely familiar with her work, but my all-time favorite song from her, "Horns Surrounding Me," is on this record. It's great. The cover is really nice and ambient too, and I imagine this probably sounds fantastic on vinyl too. So yeah, I'm very excited to spin this when I get a working record player, which I think I bought way too much vinyl for someone who doesn't have a working record player, but I don't care. It's my money. I spend it how I want. But yeah, Loud City Song, great. Also, there was a moment during Julia Holter that was great, where she was starting to play "Sea Calls Me Home," and it was like really cloudy and dark outside, and it rained during before she played Cars the Headrest. Did a really great set, probably like top 3 of the entire fest, and it was the first one too, which just makes it even better. And like as soon as she started playing "Sea Calls Me Home," the sun came out just for a brief moment. It was like the most perfect thing in the world. So yeah, This next one, okay, you're gonna be just a little disappointed with me for what I'm gonna say during this one, but I don't care. Also got this one from Sugar Records again. FK Twigs, Melissa. So this was my favorite EP of 2015. I wrote about it for Album of the Year 2015 on the subreddit. Definitely read that up. We had tons of great stuff here. You know, you have I'm Your Doll. You have Figure 8. You have In Time, one of the bangers of the year. You know, you have Mother Creep, and God, I'm forgetting the fourth song. I'm just gonna open this up. Oh God, it's all plastic. But yeah, seriously, this is a great EP. Shows a really exciting progression in FKA Twigs' work and seeing her become a more confident songwriter and producer and singer, and generally becoming more confident in general, and sometimes that can be a bad thing for certain artists. I think that was a bad thing on the new Churches album, which is kind of weird. But basically, they maybe became too confident. Again, anyways, we're talking about FK Twigs. Became more confident. I think also working with Boots was a very good choice on this album. I think Boots is very underrated. He's a great producer. I thought his album last year was also like fucking amazing, and no one cared about it except for me. But yeah, this is a great EP. However, okay, here's the thing you're gonna be disappointed me in. So I did see a brief amount of FK Twigs, who closed out Sunday at Pitchfork Fest. However, I decided not to stick around after a couple songs, as it made me feel weird in a way that I didn't like, and I had to go away, and I had to clear my head and go to the bathroom and go win a beanie from Goose Island, which I got the beanie right here. It says Twin Peaks on it, which I don't really like. Twin Peaks I don't give a shit about. But yeah, I didn't go to set. I instead saw 106.Never, who was great and made me feel like shit in like the best way possible. So yes, great EP. Go listen to it. Sadly, hopefully FK Twigs isn't. Hopefully the show she's doing isn't just for festivals. I think it'd be much better in like a theater environment where I'm sitting down and whatever. It fit much better. It doesn't fit a festival for me. All right, and also you know Sufjan he closed out Saturday and like he set the bar really high. Okay, guys, you can't beat that. So you saw a little brief of this. St. Vincent actor. I love St. Vincent. This is probably my second favorite album from her. Great back cover. Just some fantastic stuff on here. Okay, got some of her best songs. You really saw her come out. I think John Congleton. This is the first album that was produced with John Congleton, and sorry, that's my family. Anyways, so yeah, this is the first one she got produced with John Congleton, and you really see a lot more. The production's a bit more dense. It's a lot less. It's a lot less. Well, actually, I was gonna say more whimsical. It's a lot less, generic indie, I guess, in some ways. Her first album is "Marry Me" is a great album. Do not get me wrong. However, there's a couple songs in there very like, oh, so whimsical and indie and twee, and it's like, oh god, it kind of makes me want to puke a little bit. However, this album there are very whimsical songs in here, but they're put together with great songwriting and great production and great instrumentation and great vocals and great lyrics. And really, this is the album that really proved that St. Vincent wasn't just some one note act. She really could hold her own and really be fantastic. You have some of her best songs in here. You have The Stranger, Single from One, Actor Out of Work, Black Rainbow, Laughing with a Mouthful of Blood, The Party. God, there's just so many great songs in here. Please listen to this. It is fantastic. Yes. All right, next. All right, we got a lot. We got a couple more. Interpol, Turn on the Bright Lights. This is obviously the best Interpol album. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. Just, it is so good. You have so many great tracks in here. Oh god. It's just so weird to see a band on their debut be so confident and they just know what they're doing so well. This is their debut album. They already seem to have such a clear identity and sound, and just they were their own thing so quickly. You know, this is the first album, and then of course because it was so great, they never really were able to like really follow it up with like a really great record. But yeah, of course, fantastic here. Fucking Obstacle 1 just fucked me up. Fucking PDA, NYC, Say Hello to the Angels, and of course, Stella Was a Diver and She Was Always Down. Seriously, one of the best songs of the 2000s. God, this album is amazing. If you haven't listened to it, what are you doing? Go listen to it. One of the best, probably the best album I would say of the post-punk revival of the early 2000s. All right, it's fantastic. Go listen to it. Gosh, yes. So let's see. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna talk about Dean Blount. So Rough Trade XL, Young Turks, and another label I'm forgetting. They all had a booth together, and I picked up a couple. I picked up Empress of Me, and I think something else from them. But I also picked up this black thing. What is this black thing? It's Dean Blount Black Metal, baby. Okay, one of the best albums of 2014. I love Dean Blount. You already know this. If you watch my FYC, you know I love Dean Blount. This album is amazing. Okay, it's fucking amazing. I got to talk. Hopefully, okay. So there was a guy. I got to talk with a guy at Rough Trade about Dean Blount and this record for a very extended period of time, and he said it was the best thing they ever put out, and I agree. This is a fucking amazing album. Ugh, Dean Blount is a genius, guys. Like, see here, and also this thing, it's all black. All right, this thing, it's black. The record itself, it's black. You open it up, it's black. You take the record out, it's all black. Okay? And also, I can't phrase it word for word, but if you do watch my FYC video, Dean Blount explains the concept behind the black metal record. And I really recommend you watch my FYC video where he explains the concept of black metal. It's seriously a very interesting it's such an interesting concept, and it's something that I can really get behind, and I can really get behind, you know. And it works very well on not only a conceptual level, but also on a musical level, which I think is something that Dean Blount's he's kind of neglected with some of his recent work, with Baby Father and whatnot. He's kind of neglected the more musical elements that he had. But I think really black metal was, even though I think The Redeemer is the best album of all time, I will say the black metal was probably Dean Blount at his musical peak. Definitely, where it was a time where he really was like out there, really trying to make good music. Okay, because I think on his more recent stuff, the concepts have kind of overtaken the actual music itself. And while I do like BBF hosted by DJ Escrow, I really hope he does kind of go back into a direction where he's actually making good music and not taking it behind, just trying to stick it behind like concepts and whatnot. But yeah, of course, the album has a very distinct A side and B side. The A side is very white inspired genres, indie rock and folk, country and whatnot. Very genres that have a very white connotation, and then the second half is more electronic and hip hop inspired genres that have very black connotation to them. Even though the tide is kind of going towards white, which kind of makes this record just makes it even more stronger, and the concept just even better. But yeah, go listen to this if you haven't listened to it. It's a fantastic record. Dean Blount's one of the best artists living right now. Okay, and no one realizes it except for me and like a couple other people. And that guy from Rough Trade, which if you're watching this, please come on the podcast. I did not get your name, but you did say you're gonna check out the podcast. Please, I wanna have you on the podcast for real. So these last two records I'm gonna be talking about. I got them at Pinwheel Records by our apartment, which by the way, great record store. Great record store. Go visit them if you're near them. They're very kind. The store was small but had a great selection. They had a very awesome cat there. They also had a sports section, which was basically just an entire section just dedicated to Huey Lewis in the News' sports record. But yeah, so I picked up Smile, the Beach Boys there, the greatest unreleased album of all time. All right, which I did talk about this album on the the now dead indie history on Indie Heads. I did a very extensive write-up on this album, and it's how amazing it is, and it's been a little bit since I've really listened to it, so I definitely want to listen to this again. Yeah, so this album, it is fantastic. It has, again, despite the fact this album, is technically still unreleased, the way it's put together here, which again, the way it's put together is basically in the format that Brian Wilson put together for Brian Wilson Presents Smile, which Brian Wilson has said that this is not the way he originally intended Smile to be released, just not the versions you see on here. He had a lot more he wanted to do. It was an album that was ruined. It didn't come out and it wasn't finished for various reasons. However, from what we have from this, it sounds very finished, and it sounds like a very complete album, which is sort of weird. Maybe not weird, but it's very surprising to see, like, oh, wow, this is actually, like, it sounds like a complete album. Like, this sounds like it could have been put out in 1968. And I just have to wonder, like, what would have happened if this actually did come out? Like, how much would the musical landscape that we have today change? Because this album definitely would have been a huge game changer for everyone. All right, I think the legacy of the Beach Boys would be very, very different if this album came out. And yeah, but seriously, some great songs in here. You know, you have your classics. You know, you have Heroes and Villains, Surfs Up, Good Vibrations, Wind Chimes, fucking Cabin Essence. But you also have some pretty, like, really good cuts in here. You know, you have the intro, Our Prey, which those vocal harmonies are so good. And then you have some I'm in Great Shape, which is a great track, really, like, weird. And then, you know, The Elements Fire, which is a very, like, which is pretty much like a noise track in 1968. Well, maybe not noise, but it was like for 1968, for a pop musician to make something that experimental was like pretty insane. I think this is a gatefold, so I'm gonna open this up real quick. I have most of these closed right now. I have them all; they're all sealed, just because I didn't want to open them until I got home. Which was actually ooh, it's got a booklet. What the heck? Ooh. This is real. Hold on a second. Let me show this. This is cool. Oh, hey. This is awesome. I didn't realize we got a little nice little photo of all of them. This is cool. Was that 6? Wait, 6 of them? Who's a 6th person? What? Okay, I'm sorry if I'm being, like, really confusing right now. Okay, you have the 2 records in here. Got little notes. Is that liner notes? You got liner notes. Another record, and I think more liner notes. And also it came with this what's going on? Oh, this thing. The little poster. Also came with this little booklet. Little booklet got like photos of everyone. This is cool. I didn't even know this was in there. This is awesome. This is cool. Yeah, if you can find Smile on vinyl, go pick it up. It's packaging's really good. So okay. Last record I want to talk about, because hopefully this video doesn't cut out, because if you've been wondering why there's so many like weird jarring cuts, it's because my webcam's being weird. Or just QuickTime's being weird. Anyways, Sung Tongs, Animal Collective. Also got this at Pinwheel Records. This was my favorite Animal Collective album. For the longest time, it was Strawberry Jam, but considering some emotional circumstances that happened where I literally cried to this album in my car after a bad Tinder date, this became my favorite because there's so many amazing songs in here. You have the intro, Leaf House, is just, God, the little like little vocal thing in the beginning is just so amazing, and I guess the hocketing they were doing before, I guess the hocketing concept they were having on here, where they're kind of going back and forth on vocals, it was done so masterfully on here, and then on Painting With, it just seems like in some cases just so forced and just doesn't really sound so good, and just sounds so dry and not as like free and wet as Sung Tongs. Anyways, yeah, great songs here. You know, Softest Voice, Winter's Love, Kids Holiday, Sweet Road, Visiting Friends, College, Wait Tigers, Mouth Wooded Her, Good Lovin' Outside, What Did I Done. Great songs on here, great record, definitely the best Animal Collective album, and definitely an album. I'm really interested to see what they do next after Paying With. Most likely Deacon is probably going to be back in the band. You know, if they take a long break like they do after all their albums, because they're all getting really old and they all have their own solo projects and all this stuff. I'm really interested to see what they do next. It would be nice to see them kind of go back to this style and kind of get away from the electronics a little bit, you know, kind of dip more back into rock music and folk and whatnot. So yeah, great album. Okay, yeah, Sung Tongs, listen to it, it's great. So yeah, that's about it actually for all the records I got. I do want to say vendors were all cool at Pitchfork. I really had a great time. We'll hopefully have a more official recap video coming out very, very soon. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this What's in My Bag, and we'll have more Pitchfork content that we made coming out soon. I have my own vlog. AJ hopefully has his vlog. We have an in real life podcast we filmed the day before Pitchfork, where Jeremiah was very drunk. It's very entertaining and also terrible. So yeah, be on the lookout for content coming your way. We will see you guys later, or I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye, guys.